Hey, hey, hey. How's everyone doing? Kevin Rory here. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So who are we? Let me share my screen here. I'm going to go presentation style today. All right. Hopefully you can see the screen. Here we go. Welcome to the EXIT Vanguard experience. This is our virtual career night. This is our virtual presentation just to let you know who we are and how we can benefit you in the marketplace. All right. If you don't know who EXIT is one of the largest franchise or real estate brokerages in Canada and the United States. We are a proud franchisee out of the mid-Atlantic area of the EXIT family. We are located in Odenton, Maryland. That is about 15 minutes from Baltimore, about 30 minutes from DC, about 25 minutes from Annapolis. So we are in that DC triangle. All right, let's go to the next screen. Large number of individuals who never make a living. So let's just talk about this for a second. We're going to get into this a little bit later, but what separates EXIT from Keller Williams or any of these other larger real estate brokerage franchise type of setups? Well, it's the EXIT formula. It's the whole 10-7-5 EXIT formula where residuals and beneficiary benefits extend past your lifetime. That is the difference. But what we're here to talk about is what is the difference in our franchise? What's the difference between EXIT Vanguard from all of the other great EXIT brokerages? The bottom line is it's the leadership. It's who we are. It's what our experiences have to offer you. So who am I? Kevin Rory, originally from Greenville, South Carolina. Lived there till I was 18. You know, great mother, great father, great baby brother, who's not a baby anymore. We're both in our 40s, but he'll still always be a baby brother to me. I attended the University of South Carolina, where I studied economics, majored in economics, and I walked on to the football team. Now, just a little bit of my background. I've always had a competitive edge. My parents had me in youth sports. I excelled in sports in high school, as well as excelling in academics. Particularly, I was a state champion wrestler. So I have that individual drive and edge to me. So I never turn down or never back down from a challenge. I try to strategically think moves ahead so that I can defeat my opponent. Now, my opponent is not necessarily a person, but it's an objective. It's a goal, it's a mission. And that's the type of mentality that I try to bring to EXIT as well. Okay, so fast forward, college, I take my first big job working with Verizon in Atlanta, Georgia. So I got the job in financial services in South Carolina, stayed there for a year, earned an opportunity to be a supervisor, moved to the big city of Atlanta, and really was introduced to the entrepreneurial mindset. I mean, there's just hustlers and go-getters in Atlanta and the surrounding areas. It's just like they're born and bred. And if you're not born and bred from that area and you live in the surrounding South Carolina, North Carolina, rural Georgia, you will just migrate. Tennessee, to just migrate to that metro, just seeking the opportunities to be that entrepreneur. So while I was excelling in my corporate career, I was moving up the financial services ranks in Verizon. I was one of the youngest managers that the company had ever had. I mean, Verizon is a conglomerate of Bell Atlantic, Mobile, and all of these other Southern companies that consolidated in early 2000, right around 2000. I was there before the consolidation, okay? I was there before Verizon became Verizon. So I come in, I'm 23 years old. I thought my stuff didn't stink. I was the big dog. And I was out here in the Atlanta area, trying to establish clothing lines and record labels. So I was just involved with the business, with the hustle. So, and I worked with the top sales reps in Atlanta for Verizon. So, sales, activity, marketing, that was my thing. But with my economic background, I always kept finances and budgeting as the overarching constraint of these big and bright ideas. All right, so for various reasons, was able to continue my career in the DC Metro, moving to DC area, actually moved to Silver Spring, Maryland in 2008, still with the company. This time I was able to support government services and some of the high level federal accounts. I was able to be an account manager and also in the budget and analysis groups at Verizon. So I was still succeeding corporately, but I still had that knack. I had pretty much gotten rid and sold some of my businesses in Atlanta, and I had still had that knack for wanting to do business. Well, real estate was a big business in Atlanta. I had a couple condos and houses there. And when I moved up here, I saw that real estate investing was just about to really explode. And if you guys remember the 2006, 2007, 2008 times when the market crashed and everything was volatile and the banks was failing and people were underwater on their houses and foreclosures and real estate entrepreneurs and investors were just heavily involved. So I started dealing with them, getting involved with them, learning how to, wholesale houses, learning how to fix and flip houses. And so I was involved. And I didn't have my license yet, but I was doing projects. I was a landlord, had rental properties. So I was involved. Fast forward, met my beautiful wife in 2009. She is a very technical person. She's servers and databases and technical architecture and she's not only that, she's very very loving, very caring person, and she was an entrepreneur as well. So we clicked right off the bat, dated for a while, and decided to get married. So when we began our family, situations started happening, and we got the bright idea, hey, maybe we should start our own IT company. I can combine my marketing and my wireless communications, and she can combine her technical architectural aspects. And that's what we did. It was a grind. It still is a grind, but we started that company. She's running that company and she's running it very well. We have over 10 employees now. We are certified 8A and other economically disadvantaged programs that we're involved in. We are currently, we currently have 4 contracts where we support our defense departments as well as other federal agencies. So we're doing well on that capacity. But I still had the Jones, I still had the entrepreneurial appetite for real estate. So we talked about it, and we joined one of our largest real estate investment clubs out here. During that tenure, I spent time learning the ropes from some of the top dogs in real estate investing. I was holding their water for a while, just trying to understand. I didn't have the money to go out and do these deals, but I did learn how to put them together. I learned how to find the people with the money, find the people who had the homes, put them together. After a few successful deals and successful transactions, it was advised, hey, well, you might as well get your license, start brokering some of these deals yourself. So I went, passed the test, became a Maryland realtor, salesperson for a couple of years. Then I started managing some teams, managing investors, teaching teams of investors of how to come together as a team, how to divvy up responsibilities, and how to go after these properties in the industry. Fast forward that to passing my broker license and becoming a broker. I served in the associate broker role for a couple years and decided, hey, let me jump out here and do my own thing. I wasn't 100%, comfortable with traditional real estate. So I didn't want to jump out here and try to do traditional real estate without the proper model. I had the proper model for doing investing, but I knew that in this day and time, you needed to do both in order to have that greater level of success. So my wife and I looked into all of the different type of opportunities. And one of our former colleagues from the investment club said, hey, listen, I'm running a large exit shop here. Let me get you in touch with the right people. So we got in touch with the exit regional staff, regional owners, and they broke it down, showed us all of the systems, all of the things that Exit had to offer, where we didn't have to go out and reinvent any kind of wheel. So the systems, the packages, everything is already there. We are systems-minded people, and we saw what they had to offer and got very excited, and we bought a franchise. Very excited about that. So that's how it went.